Hello, hello, hello. How's it going today? Now, it is true. Today it's Christmas, okay? Today it is Christmas for me. So you folks in the EU, ripperoni, okay? If Santa didn't came yesterday, he ain't coming, okay? He's dead. So, today, we have some advancement that we're going to do. I did a tiny bit of research, not as much as the other stream, but hey, it's still good, okay? It's still good. So, plan for today, we're going to do what we were talking about last stream, which was actually be able to look at the part of the code that we were skipping, right? So let's slowly get into it. And we're going to be able to have some fun. Fun. All right. Let me share that screen, zoom everything in. All right, we sharing. We zoom in. All right. And let's set up a bootlin. Just so we have something to look at, unless that contains what I want. Guess not. It would be way too fun to be able to have it not flash in white, but here we go. Any way that we can make this the right color? No. That's not made for that. It's okay. It's okay, we'll live with it. Alright, so the big issue that we were having last stream was the fact that there's a bunch of if-def everywhere in the code, right? So let's hope that we find something that uses them. Alright. Give me a quick second. I think my daughter is calling me. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, she's winning for now, okay? She's winning. So, we can still talk a little. I think we're going to survive. Or maybe not. Wanna be on cam? Yeah, you're prepping yourself to yell into the mic here. Okay? You're in the perfect trajectory for it. Good thing that I was a bit early. Alright. Let's try to explain this, okay? We're going on. Okay, that's a great one, okay? So we have, throughout the kernel, these if-defs, okay? And what they do is when the compiler goes into them, it skips some code, because it doesn't think that it is enabled. So what we're going to design today is something that, when it detects that it's blocking, will scan one time, then will rerun, pretty much stating that this is true, to then be able to read it. And at the same time, we need to log the fact that these if-def exists. So this is what we're doing today. It's your time to go to sleep, love. I know that you like being a little demon, and you like pressing all the keys, but it's your time to go to sleep. Alright. She's going to sleep. I know you disagree. I know you disagree. Alright. Come here. Come here. I know you like microphones. Yes, you're going to sleep. Greetings. I don't know how much you saw, but my daughter wanted to do an interruption. So, well, she did. So anyway, you were there for the whole stream. You don't need any explanation. We're going into if-def territory. And we're going to have to do some war crimes. I only saw an invisible man. Well, you did not miss much. So, let's get into it. So, a fun thing about... Okay, so let's just say like half of it. So, remember yesterday we have these if-def, and we had the issue where because we're using something akin as a compiler to be able to scan these, it would skip all the code afterward. So to fix this, we were going to pretty much override the if-def. So set it to true, and then roll again and again. Oh no, my friend, it's perfect. My daughter wanted to do a stream interruption, so she went on stream. You did not miss anything, it's Commander. And hi Dimitri, going well. So, war crimes, okay? I like war crimes. It's in our blood, okay? It's in our blood. Enjoy your milk. Yes. Some milk, okay? Some big K milk. Working on Christmas, you are a legend. Well, yes, I was working in the real sense and also streaming. I'm assuming, yes, it's it. Okay, that's great. He said it. He is one of us. Be right back. All good, my friend. Okay. So we are bypassing these if-def. That's the idea today. Now the issue is that the tool that I want to use for it doesn't exist in Python. So that's the big issue that we're having. Is that the function to be able to know what code was skipped inside of clang, syndex, whatever. It exists in the library. Oh, nice. We're at the right place. It exists inside of the library, but it does not exist inside of the Python thing for it. So we shouldn't have... it's like get skipped or get... I'm sure it's not there. Anyway, it's super triggering because when you ask the AI will tell you like, no, it exists, bro. So you can write Python syntax, how to get the code skipped by syntax. And Copilot search is going to make some shit up. I've done enough work on my project today. I also got rid of an old piece of crap, colored, and the wrapper over it. Good. I'm looking for something, but I haven't finished it yet. That's great. Feeling like you've done something is a great thing. It's a great thing. Alright. Oh. How are you doing? I thought I answered, but yes, doing well. Doing as well as one can be after having worked. That's pretty much that. Okay, it won't do the thing. It won't do the thing. All right. Yeah, for well, I don't blame it, right? Because like the website for libclang, which is like the place that the AI will parse, on it will state, yes, we do have that function. And then if you look at the source code for syntax, it does not have it. So, like, how can I blame the AI for it? But I'll just look into it. I did some yelling at the at the AI. Based. Wait, okay, yeah, that's it. Using get skip ranges. That does not exist in Python. So, like, right here, it absolutely giga hallucinates. It has no idea what the fuck is going on. So, yeah, I'll get to implement it, I guess. Yep, that's pretty much where we're going today. Will your project be constantly updated, or is there a stage where the project is done and nothing else can be added? I don't know. Like, there's so much thing to add. I think that I'll either get, like, so bored that I won't be able to do any line of code related to it at some point, or it will just be this perpetual thing and I'll become, like, the Linus of my own project. So, yeah, it can go both ways, but if it stops, it's not because there's no possible feature, it's because of sheer boringness and exhaustion. Because every time that I'm thinking about this, like, it's unhinged what we can do. Like, just, I was trying to sleep yesterday, okay, and my brain just was rolling, okay? It was fully pumping it, okay? And I was like, we're having so much issues with if-defs, but think how unhinged and cool it would be if... Just think about an interface like Bootlin, but instead of the... Like, oh my god, I don't know how to say that, but... Okay, instead of having... like these white part, let's say that some places that would be disabled because you have a specific kconfig like loaded into the website or into an app or whatever, it would be able to tell you, okay, so that part of the code is not being run, right? That would be cool, right? If you could load a config and say, okay, I have like, of course, we would be smart enough to know, okay, he's got this architecture, he does this, and you could set it yourself. And then you could use maybe the default config and some other config, but you would be able to see, okay, so that's not part of the default config, and that part is, right? So we would be able to display those details, right? But it's a feature that we need to add. But like, all of these level of details would be so cool. So like, just the fact that I'm starting this and I'm seeing all of this, I'm never going to be done. Never. Back restarted my whole system because my mouse hang. Some bug occurred whenever my system is on for more than 24 hours. Holy lord. I hate leaving my computer on. Besides servers, of course. I'm just like sick to that. AI. True. We love to shout at the AI. Anyway, I bet Windows can boot that fast. In my own personal experience, Windows can boot pretty fast. Hardware is often optimized, like, to make it work well. Its Achilles heel is, updates. But apart from that, yes, it is freaking fast. I think they're having fireworks right now. Okay, we're having some. I can see. I cannot see them from here, but that's the sound of fireworks. All right. I'm so back in the chat. I need to get on with it. Okay. There's no such thing as a project being done. True. There's always something to patch, fix, or refine. Yes. What's your favorite niche Linux kernel subsystem, if you have one? The last one that I research is always the one that I find interesting. But, so ask me at the end of a kernel vid, and I'll be able to answer you like, oh, that one's awesome, okay, it's very cool, it does crazy shit. But, I don't know, like, like, the one that I like are just because I researched them, so I know how much unhinged stuff there is to it. So, yeah, right, so it would all be EXT stuff. The EXT is just so fun to me. It's a subject that I went so deep on. So, like, anyway, I could talk about it for 10,000 hours, but yeah. I don't know, is there another one that I... Not really. They're all just fun whenever you research them. You can see how much knowledge, intellect, pure brain power goes into that shit. And it's very cool. Huh? Thank you for the idea. I'll add a note to add into my own editor. Execution mode? Yeah, that could be the name for it. I am booting from an HDD. Why do you do that to yourself? Asus P60 SE. I used to know motherboard name. That's why I know it. Alright. I was like, I know that shit. What was the one that I used to sell all the time? P5K? Wait a minute. My trusty P5K. Alright. God damn. Okay. Enough memory lane. But yes, like, it's surprising how much CPUs are not really that needed. Like, everything else makes the speed. The CPU itself has been fast enough since probably the last 10 years. Of course, when you compile it, it's not the case. I know. Alright. So let's just set ourselves up. I have stated this many times, and I will state it many more. If you're talking about the fact that old hardware is more powerful than most believe, I agree. I agree. All right. So yes. Back to the subject. Get skip ranges doesn't exist. So thanks for the hallucination. F me, I guess. Hardware is only as powerful as the software it executes allows it to be. Also, but I mean, I feel like the speed of your hardware comes from where the information is sourced. You'll never see a bigger performance difference than changing your hard drive, right? So HDD to SSD and SSD to NVMe, holy, it's like a world of difference. It's a little bit like gaming on a 60 Hz screen and then going to 144. Woo. Nigma, you're over-indexing on that. I get what you're stating, but there's a point where the thing is so on, like, you're never going to get so unoptimized that your RTX 5090 won't be able to beat the Apple II, right? You can fuck up your code hard enough, and it still will work enough. Alright. Alright, I'm not getting bogged down, okay? I'm not getting bogged down. Okay. Okay, get a skipped range. So we have... it doesn't exist, right? We agree on that. I'm not crazy. I'm not insane! Okay, that's great. We agree. So... but it is something inside of CLang. So... let's check. Gimme. Alright. So we should we should give it the translation unit along with the file. Let's get along with this shit and let's see. Right? Now you can notice more powerful CPU when you don't have 85% usage on desktop anymore. I feel that whenever people say that, it's because they're, like, being a little bit retarded with what they're running. Because, I mean, back in my younger days, I used to have fun with very, very shitty CPUs. Like the first Atom, like a phone CPU, that was rockin', okay? And you can make shit run on it. You can. You just have to be reasonable, right? You're not going to run 1920 by 1080, right? You're not going to run full screen. You're not going to run full GNOME 3 full effect desktop. Of course not. Of course you're not. My lord. The X2 from 2006. I said 10 years ago, not 20. Like, we've got to leave it a chance. Like, I feel that if you can get a better computer for $300 on eBay, including shipping, what are you doing? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just bougie like that. Well, I don't know if I would put it that way for AMD. The big issue that nobody wants to reckon with AMD CPUs, same thing with graphics, is that for like, for literally since, okay, this is the timeline for domination, okay? So this is Intel domination, okay? Ah, shit. It's not filling. This is Intel domination true. Are you kidding me? Am I... Okay. This is Intel domination true time. And this is AMD. So, what do you think the devs were working on and were optimizing for this whole time period that AMD was garbage, right? Because maybe not everybody remembers, but throughout that whole timetable, AMD was considered poor people's CPU. And it was what it was, right? At some period of time. No, but I understand that, like, your statement may be, like, on its face true, but we need to understand why it happens, right? Because your statement can easily be read, and I'm sure you're writing it with probably some level of not hate, but you're ascribing maliciousness to Microsoft for doing things in that way. But the truth is that any dev with a brain would have done the same. And if the roles were reversed, or if, like, it's another architecture that we were talking about, it would be the same. People are going to make code optimize for what people are using, and for freaking years, the only thing AMD were good at was to lower their price for a console and, well, make cheap CPU, I guess. Yeah, but I am speaking about the modernish times. Yeah, but the past... the past still exists, right? But yes, I am biased. I don't like any degree of malicious code, accidental or not. That's the issue, my friend. Maliciousness means that it's not accidental, right? That's my issue. And you're running into the same issue that that's why I hate Brody. That's why I hate watching his videos, is that your mindset for looking at this thing is not a mindset of trying to understand how the devs came to this just by the pressure of their own environment, but you're ascribing some maliciousness, some conspiracy to it that doesn't really exist. But hey, I absolutely know that me saying this won't change anything about how you think, because there's a whole background of idea that you probably have that I would think are untrue. The same reason for most games support Windows over Linux. Yes, and nobody would blame a company for making software for Windows. Like, why the fuck would you make some software for Linux in the first place? Nobody uses it. Right? Also, it's an OS, not a new one at that. Doesn't mean that the legacy of that OS isn't important, right? The prior code that somebody... You know this, Nigma, you know. It's really rare that somebody will go dig around the old code made by somebody else. It's rare, okay? You do it only if you're very, very confident at what the fuck you're doing. Because you know that it may just break some random shit, and especially in Microsoft's case, I would probably be looking more at just re-implement something else on your side, which is the issue when with Microsoft, right? There's like 15 re-implementation of everything because there's no possible coordination. No, it's accidental because they said it was. Wouldn't you trust them? It's not about trusting them, it's about being realistic. not everything is a conspiracy, right? It can... Just think about what you're stating here, right? Just... I want you to think about it, but think for real, not just feel it, but think about it. What you're saying is Microsoft is going to kneecap the performance of their own user that pay for their product because they want to leg up on AMD, which, by the way, is not their competitor, right? Why? Like, then you can go into full conspiracy mode and go into, well, there's collusion between Intel and... Or you can just say, look, it was the shit platform for 3 decades, okay? Give him a pass, right? Yeah, but that's a game... it's the same realm. Games and OS are exactly... have the same issue on that point. Like, if you want to make a parallel, then just look at the GPU side. AMD was and still is shit in the GPU market, so there is no real optimization for the PC side on AMD, right? So... Like, do we blame the game makers for not optimizing on AMD? Well, why would you? Nobody has a AMD graphics card, right? So, or why would you optimize the high GPU power effect? It's not needed. But I see the point. Oh yeah, I believe you. Sorry, I just assumed that Microsoft cares about the user. Well, it does. That's not the point, right? Microsoft... It just... I'm just... Maybe it's me that gets triggered easily, but... We load with so much moral and feeling all of our words, right? Does Microsoft cares about user? Well, they care about making money, and the way that they make money is by providing a good service. And as Linux users, it may like trigger us because we think that Linux is awesome and that a lot of more people should be using it. But at the end of the day, they do provide a good service. Okay? It's just true, okay? Like, I know that a lot of, especially Linux user, cannot appreciate this, but the level at which Windows grew from Windows XP, which whenever you would have some kind of driver fail or whatever type of failure you would have in your OS, it would just kill itself and you'd be like, you're screwed, you gotta go to the expert. To today, where there's like 6 different layers where your system is going to try to unfuck whatever is going on. So when I look at it in that way, I'm like, well, they truly are trying to make things better, right? Maple, I told you, I am biased. My GPU a few years back overheated thanks to Windows doing something wrong. I have mercy and patience, but only so much. Ooh boy, Nigma, I love triggering you, okay? I love triggering you. But when you saying I'm biased, okay, maybe I'm getting too deep. Saying I'm biased is never a valid thing to say, right? Because if I were to say like, and I'm getting into the extreme, I'm not saying that any of your statements are like getting near to that, but if I were to say, you know what, we should just genocide X amount of people, and then somebody would say, what the fuck have you just said? And I were to say, you know, I'm biased. It's not a valid thing to say. It doesn't change anything, right? So either you fight the argument or you, I don't know, you just come to your own conclusion within yourself and say to yourself like, maybe that point is dumb, right? So that, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be rude here as a guy who has done a lot of hardware stuff. GPUs do not kill themselves in this way. GPUs, old GPUs, 2008, okay, they would cook themselves to death, but it's because they were wrongly soldered. GPUs have protection just as much as CPUs, so I am under no impression that it's possible that Windows would have done something wrong in order to kill it. The only GPUs that I think could be killed in that way would have been killed by Amazon, okay? So, yeah. Because Amazon had their game, I don't remember which one, but it would brick some GPU, some EVGA GPU, I don't know how. Bumgate. I don't know what you mean by that, but maybe it's the name for something. Anyway, also, it was around about when I realized, wait, Linux isn't just a neat VM thing. Not sure I understand that part. What do you think I mean by bias? Yes, all of my statements are opinion. But when I state bias, I mean biased. Yes, but Nigma, this is what I'm trying to get you to realize because it's a greater, like... Okay, I think there is a social hill right now, okay? A social issue where people will just state, this is my opinion, this is me being biased, this is just my own opinion. And they're going to spew the most wrong, horrible, disgusting shit. But, again, I'm not saying that what you're saying rises to that level. I'm just saying that the same things, the same way that you're talking, could be reused for very bad stuff being justified in your mind. And it shouldn't be. Whenever you're to write, I am biased, at least in that way, you should think, oh man, why do I have absolutely nothing else to say? Right? That should be your go-to. Because then you're going to see maybe some things that you don't want to think about. And this is how we get better. Also, when it comes to the GPU story, no, it was not an old GPU. Why do you think I am using a GeForce GTX 970 now? I would say because you're poor, but... ooh, roasted! But no, I don't see why you would be using that architecture. I really don't see why you would be using that architecture, to be honest. It wasn't part of the one that would desolder themselves, but it's still part of the one that would heat way more than they have to do for the standard unit of work. So, yeah. And I don't see how a more modern GPU than that one would be worse or would desolder itself. Well, it's great to save money. I haven't bought a GPU in years and years. And I would tell you, do not, right? Do not spend money. Keep your money. It's always great. But, yeah. And I think also, Nigma, there's a big issue where, as consumers, it's very hard for us to know what is good and what is bad. Don't apologize, my friend. I was memeing about the money thing, okay? I know that if I would have that GPU, I would not have changed it. I'm just, like, being a memer at that point. But to stop the memeing, because the money was the meme, but everything else wasn't. What did I want to say? Shoot. Yes, as consumers, it's very hard for us to know what business what companies are good for GPUs. So people will end up buying GPUs like Zotac. Those, even the new one desoldered themselves, okay? They kill themselves just by looking at it. You don't know how much RMA, how much return to the manufacturer I've done for Zotac GPUs. They are garbage. They don't know how to make computers. I have no idea what Windows did, but it was hot summer and the power apparently did not cut for some reason. Okay. Bumpgate is the name for the period of time where the GPUs were wrongly soldered. Oh, okay, yeah, that's in my mind, it's the let's put to the oven time. But yeah, its commander probably knows as much as I do. But yeah, because they would desolder, they would put it in the oven and it would revive some of the component sometime. That was funny. Let me read what you wrote. The solder balls between the silicon chip and the interposed PCB and the silicon used to hold. Okay, it didn't play well together, and the heating-cooling cycle in the poorly chosen silicon, also called underfill, would cause small solder balls to form cracks, which is bad, obviously. Its commander, wasn't it like exactly what you said? Plus the fact that they had that legislation in the EU to remove all lead from the soldering tin or whatever it's called. So they removed all of it and they had nothing to solder correctly. Yeah, those were the days. Modern problems. I'm saving money because, you know, modern panic. No, I apologize. I have basic financial planning. It's great. I agree. I love that. The ROHS, HS, maybe that's the name for it, right? Oh yeah, that sounds like it. 2003. Yeah. Lead. Anyway. I'm also not a gamer. I'm planning to buy RTX 3050 LP, so I have a good spectrum range of old modern architecture. Because unlike Windows, I care if my code is dynamic per platform. Yeah. Yep, that's great. It's just that it was final stab that cracked the patience. I understand. Not really, in that there were the cases. Wouldn't every... no, it's not that... Okay, I think I get what you're saying, it's Commander. It's not that they would have all crack. Like, the technique worked. It was just shit. it was just, like, not at all at the same point as the technique that was before, right? It's a little bit like making the screen slimmer so it breaks more. Like, it's not a conspiracy. Apple really wanted that slim fucking screen and everybody, like, followed, but it make it break more. So same thing with the soldering. At least it was my thought. I have not searched into this a lot. It's just a claim I've heard repeated enough. So I may be wrong about the soldering thing, but I thought that, like, there were two waves of these issues, right? There was the one caused by ROHS, and they were the one caused by what you described, so the technique that changed. Bonus fact, this was also the reason why for the yellow LOD on early PS3, Yeah, I only know the red ring of death. I don't know what yellow or YLOD means. I assume yellow, but yellow light of death. Yeah, that's probably what it means. Would make sense. But red ring of death. Oh yeah, let's put that Xbox in the oven. While I'm not a silicon designer for now, I do suppose Maple's idea on the concept is aligned towards the truth. Look, Nigma, I'm going to be honest, I might be a freaking retard on this, right? So, yeah, you know what's triggering? Is that sometimes I would just want to Google something and, like, know the truth. But I feel like all of the articles that I'll get, if I write, like, why were the Xbox 360 getting Red Ring of Death? Like, those articles, like, are they really researched? Are they? Or is that guy just, like, taking 5 seconds to read something else, right? All of the other same thing. And the Wikipedia, it's like, I love Wikipedia. I love him. But sometimes they truly are just repeat the same thing that everybody's saying. So you kind of have to balance it a little bit. So yeah, anyway. It's kind of frustrating to, like, have to go into full investigation mode each freaking time. But there could literally be 1,000 plus of reality is harsh, spot a line from my own experience, or the way design is already ATSD inducing enough. Autistic dramatic stress disorder. That's a nice one. I like it. I'm so dumb. I'm thinking about the worst thing. Oh man. Alright. Back to Syndex. Let's just make sure that I'm not, like, fully retarded. Okay, I'm not. I'm not. Okay. So, I read this while I was working. I had people die on the line while I was reading this shit. So I'm gonna have to try to YOLO this. We're going to use C-type for this. I don't know how we're going to do this. When I was designing the micro GPU, I was literally working if the 4 HDMI drive pair were 1 mil squeaked. Well, that's a... I feel like your plus or minus there is bigger than that. Wouldn't that be an issue? There's somewhere where we have lib. Lib of what? Lib of config. And config where the F is config from. Let's just see a cursor. Let's see cursor. How is cursor defined? How do they like get shit from it? Okay, so they do conf.lib. Oh no, you didn't do that. I fucking hate everything that works with that DVI digital only hack. Holy. As a guy that was selling cables. Oh boy. Those were the bane of my existence. Alright. Okay, my big issue here is I have no clue how I would be able to, like, get that from Syndex. Is it, like, just as simple as just me copying over that piece of code and then I can run anything? I don't think that's true. I'm trying to make things the wrong way, okay? That's what I'm doing. Clang, that's Syndex. Can we know where this is, like, defined? No. No. We cannot. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the top. 4 notes. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get by, okay? Or trying to understand how it works. Okay, first of all, I think my brain, okay? I think, therefore I am. I hate this so much. I hate when I have too much code to go through. I'm not patient enough for this. Conf equals config. Okay, so whenever we load that shit, conf exists. Right? That's the logic here. So we load the shit, conf exists, but conf is probably being transformed into something else, and is only accessible to this. Is that the logic here? Oy vey. Alright, what the... Can we have a good old return conf? Oh, I'm so dumb. Conf is config. Okay, config. Config. Where is config? Okay, that's config. Boy, I'll read instead. I'll read instead, and I'll get working after. Why? HDMI merely allows DVI resolution and color format because HDMI is literally just DVI, but with a smaller and trademark connector. Absolutely, I don't disagree. The issue... Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have something small? Yep, okay, that's a lie. So this, okay, this. So for my older folks, okay, this is a lie. And they know, okay? They know. Okay, so you have multiple type of DVI, and they're all garbage, okay? They're all of them are bad, okay? Not one of them is good. So, numero uno, dual link, you'll never see it one time in your life, and whenever you see it, it's because you're fucked, okay? When I say see it, I mean see it and being used. Single link, pretty much what you will use. But here, oh my lord, what is this? Is this D? What does the D mean? The D means that you're fucked, okay? Because D means digital, and what do they mean by that? It means that you cannot put this to a VGA adapter. And believe me, everybody needs it for a VGA adapter. So what you need for your VGA adapter is, I believe it's either that one or that one. And those two are not fitting on the same things because Hitler himself designed the DVI. Anyway, that's my issue with it. Also, both DVI and HDMI utilize TMDS for actual signal transmission, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, like, DVI was awesome, but it shouldn't, like, HDMI and DVI should always have been their own thing, and trying to upgrade the DVI connector from the standard single link through all of the other bullshit was a mistake. It just was. Oh, I did not assume that you were sending VGA signals. I was just saying that it pains me each time that I see a hack with that enforces that link between HDMI and DVI, because most people that look at DVI see it as the brother of VGA. They don't see it as maybe it's just an HDMI under another format, right? So that's why it pains me as somebody that sells hardware. The HDMI signal directly connects to the anywhere. Yeah, I agree. Like, the technology behind it is awesome, right? It's just that it's fucking garbage that it was made into the same connector. It should have been another connector, always, forever. Should always have been that way. So, yeah. Like, boy oh boy, that's okay. Enough. Yeah. Anyway. Oof. I must not look too much into it. I'll rage. I do agree, but no, my microchip won't utilize VGA. Thank Lord, nobody loves VGA these days, okay? Screw VGA. Screw it hard. Okay. I hate when I'm lost, and I'm lost. Okay, and where do we get the dots index from? What? Brain? How does this command even exist? clang, let's index. Import clang, let's index. Okay. So it's a sub part of this shit. Right? That's the idea. So the name is in full. It's clang.syndex. I'm trying to understand how it knows what is what. And it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, is it? Oh, I think I get it. Where is it? Okay. So it actually doesn't load anything at that point. It just says inside of that file, go in .index and do .create. Oh, I think I get it. Oh. Wait, we're ready for the big brain moves. Give me an index. All right. Okay. I think we in. That would be even more of a nightmare. Analog is a hellhole. Yes, for modern stuff, analog is a hellhole. It was based for its time. Console back in the day literally used analog problem tubes, TV. Yes, absolutely. Old game looked better because they designed it. Well, they look better than they would have if rendered on a LCD. Yes. They looked better back then because they were not rendered on an LCD and they act the beam cannon of the actual VGA screen in order to draw something cool or do cool shit with it. Yes. It was cool. It was a cool time to be alive. And I wasn't alive for it. So, who cares? Okay. Create new index. I'm so confused about everything. How can you return index? Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Index is a CLang object. So now my next step should be to look at CLang object, right? That's the idea here. Okay, I guess fuck you too. Okay, so it is just a wrapper for it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna be able to cook with this. I think. Hey, how you all doing? Doing well, Ghost. How you doing? No, like for example, Pixel Stripe and Sonic Waterfall look bad on their own, but thanks to the analog and electron beam nightmare and inconsistency, those stripes literally became transparent. Transparency at no cost. Yeah, that's... We're talking about the same thing. I love you. They're... Well, those people were... Okay. Whenever you're inside of an era, you think in the way of that era. All there is to it. So they look way more big brain, but if we were like brought up into those ideas, we would be like, bro, it's obvious. Of course, I would control the beam and do cool shit with it. What else would you want me to do? Like, duh. No. I'm joking. Okay. Okay. I think I get how this works. I think I do. I don't. God. Okay, let's implement. Let's implement, okay? We are implementing. What are you doing? I'm implementing harder. Okay. Let's... You know what? We're putting it at the top. You know why? Because having some good design on the code is a bad idea. Skipped bars. That's some naming scheme right there. I can probably do that. That's a thing that can be done, right? Looks like we may be cooking. Okay, this needs to be reloaded. And discard the change that I made by mistake. Now, instead of calling it index, we're going to calling it this. And instead of calling it this, we're going to use our custom little shit thing. Boom. Yup. Oh, this will probably need to be inside of the other file. I don't want to do that. I want everything to be on that file. Work. Work. No. Work. No. Okay, let's read. Those artists had imagination. Those things happen when a programmer and an artist have a baby. Call me insane, but those VGA DVI screws are not a bad idea. I agree, they're not a bad idea. Oh, the color came! Ooh! Oh! Colors! Okay, we're in! Okay. Yes, they were pretty good. People fuck a lot of HDMI cable, and the one, I don't know why people do this. Folks, there are thieves for the display port. Okay, you know, you have to press on it so that it release. Please, do not just yank it. I've had so many people come with their screen connector at the end of their cable saying, your cable has broken my computer. And I've had to tell them and do this, right? That's yeah, that one is fun. I love them, but they are I don't know. Hey, Cardian! Merry Christmas. Okay, Volt, how many days has it been? I'm trying to find an excuse for progress here because today progress isn't there, okay? But yes, in general, progress is indeed there. I deleted a bunch of old code, I remade some things so that we can go get information about other files that are being processed, and we're now trying to find a final solution for the if-defs, okay? And yes, we're gonna need to eliminate them. So, Merry Christmas, you all. Merry Christmas. Think about that for a minute. Alright. TU and file. Larooney. Alright. That's some great naming scheme right there. What are the odds that this works? Like, oh, if it works, I swear to God. It's so bad. It cannot. Oh boy. Oh man, I need a file. Can I just do this? Ooh. or borderlining the war crime. All right. Alright, if it works, I'm cutting my balls, okay? There's no way in hell this runs. Also, I suppose I am... Thank Lord. Balls are intact. Okay. Also, I am support and I am an example of this phenomenon. I am new to hardware design, 1 year experience, and for my first functional and serious system, I should make a GPU. So you basically need to run preprocessor on each file. Well, a little bit more than that, because the end design of our thing will need to know that there is if-defs at that place and store the possible result related to that if-def. So I'm kind of trying to mess around with the tool that we're using right now, clength index, in order to know what code it skips, so that we can be sure that we that we ran a whole file. And we're going to do a bunch of fun shit with it. But yeah, for now, not a lot of progress, because that function is not implemented inside of the Python part of things. It's only implemented in the library. And in all honesty, I have no idea how Python C-type works. No idea. And yes, I am regretting that decision a bit. So I thought threads were a nightmare, then think about creating new protocols, communicate with candidates. Yes, if you think that threads are a nightmare, working in anything GPU related is not the way to go. Not the way to go, my friend. Alright. Okay. Okay, maybe I can be even more dumb. Okay. Let's just get that out. And we're going to raw dog this, okay? This is what we're going to do. Oh, no. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, okay, that's a better error than I thought. Just me not writing things down correctly, that's great. Oh. Oh, I'm retarded. Okay. There we go. God damn! So I was kind of right. Does configure service identify affecting the code during a compilation step? Yes, we well. Oh man, okay, it's true. You were not there for a couple of streams, so we ended up adding some include, and we played around with the include and all. Yes, it fucks around a lot, and there's magic things inside of make that like breaks everything. So that's why we need to go on a per file basis and to kind of mess with these define and if defs in order to get to a result. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to like have the tools to start working because the tool don't even exist for Python. So deep sea territory indeed. And let me not even get into PCIe. Oh, okay, you retracted it. Well, PCIe has its quirks, but it is a pretty known thing at least. It's not as if there's a lot of dark magic into it. Nigma, are you retracting these message, or are you getting like hammered by YouTube? Because in both cases, that's very funny. Whoa, this ran? Wait, what? What? And don't let me get into PCIe. Oh, also, yeah, I'm also abusing both MCUs. But this is what happened. I switched from top chat to all chat message because I thought they were hiding his I need to stop drinking so much coffee. I cannot write grammar properly. When I drink too much coffee, I start shaking. So I would be like behind the keyboard. Oh my god. Anyway, that would be funny. Just we need to ride together, Enigma, okay? Be two unhinged people just shaking behind our keyboard. Okay. So what the fuck is this number now? Okay. Oh, it's a pointer. Okay. Okay, we're cooking. Me too. Happy to see you, Andrew. I have my thoughts, I have my hands, but I cannot write. Have you tried using many small arm or risky cores to make a GPU, Enigma? That sounds a new level of unhinged and of absolutely useless thing to do, right? Because the idea of a GPU is the shotgun method. Small, but numerous. If you're putting big cores into it, it's just like, we're going into, I want more cores. 500 cigarettes. Professional dumbass. Raw dogging pain. I love it. Okay, how the fuck will I make this work? So, I need to know what CX source range list pointer. How do I get to that? In Python. Oh boy. We in. Okay, boys. Okay, boys. It doesn't find it. Oh no. I'm so screwed. Do we have at least source? We don't have source range list. You know. Oh, yeah, the bloody. Bro. Okay, that's a nice one. That's a nice truck we have there. 500 cores. Yeah, but there's cheap and there's cheap, right? Yes. Well, I don't know. Maybe would you be able? I feel like you would probably like run out of space if you were to pay somebody to make like your own CPU. Like there's only like such a big die that you can have before it starts costing way the fuck too much. And probably connecting between different CPUs is viral AIDS, so nobody would want that. But if ever I get some money, we're going to throw it around to Nigma so that he makes a big-ass CPU, okay? Okay. I'm sorry, this is laughable. Anyway, okay. Okay, so the... Wait, we need to cook, okay? We need to cook. Does that mean that if I'm able to, like, tell C-Type, like, how this truck works, that I would be able to extract this information from the memory address that was just returned to me? Wholly based, we need to do that. I have no clue how we will get there, but I'm getting for your ass, okay? This is where we're going. Let's look at source range. Let's look at how this truck is formed. Oh, how? What? What? 6. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was freaking out because I thought that there was a third like CX source range thing, but it was only like the element range. I was about to become insane. I was like, where the fuck does this come from? Okay, no, silicon design and quantum mechanics is for my future self to... currently I'm just simulating major... My friend, I have no idea what that means. Alright. Can we stop with the fucking pointers? Holy shit. Okay, let's go see what source range, how it works. Okay. Bitch. Okay. Source range describes a range of a source location within the source code. Okay, so it has field. Cool. And when is this field thingy actually used? Or is this like a speedrun, war crime only thing? It's probably, it has something to do with structure, right? That's the thing. Look at my big ass brain, okay? You know shit is cooked whenever it doesn't even find it. Okay, so it's part of C-type. Good, thank you. So... give me an answer, or I will do a war crime. Thank you, what a useless freaking way to... In Python, you dipshit. Okay, that's how the attribute works. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm starting to get it. No, it's because pointers for C-type won't give me much information about how the thing works. But like different types might give me more detail on how the thing works. That's why I was triggered about pointers. That's a weird fun fact, my friend. And I love you for it. Alright, alright. We need a brain, okay? We need a brain. From C-type.structure. Do we already have C-types? No, we don't. Alright. No, import C-type. What the hell happened here? Import C-type dot. Hi? Mind working? Okay, it works in here, so fuck you, it works. Okay, and now we're gonna be able to do our magical structure, okay? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's give it its proper name. Source range list. We do class. Not classy. Class. Boom. Bam. Baum. Poof. Oh boy. We're doing it. Look at our brain. We're braining real hard. Okay, so we need to do something a little like this. So let's just go into it, right? Let's think with our full IQ. Not just 1%. Let's go. Alright. First thing first. What's the first thing? Let's go look. The first thing is a uint count. Okay, so count. And C uint. That's a thing, right? Oh shit, I've not imported. I should probably just import all of C-tab type, right? And that would now work. That's a thing now, right? Boom, boom. I don't know. Color yourself, bitch. Binary was just chose because back in the day. That's a fun fact. Alright. Okay. Source. Then we have a pointer. Okay, and what is a pointer for C-type? Let's go look. C void pointer. Time 2. We only need 1, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. Okay. Guys, I think we're cooking. Ranges. Okay, that's the idea, right? Let's not overcomplicate this. Okay, so we got count, we got range. So now we have our structure. Oh, okay, so range may contain more thing. It's an array. Oh. Shit. Why Python? My friend. How anything else? I don't know. I'm trying to survive here, okay? I got this far with Python. We're going to survive this. C-type, come to the rescue, okay? C-type, Python, how to make class for class structure for list. No. Array of variable size. Alright, we in. You piece of shit. Okay. Yes. Yes. I like answers. Ooh. Okay, this is all retarded. Okay, there's no way I cannot, like, trim. Okay. Okay, let's... I'm doing this in a smart way. And I shouldn't. Okay? There's no way there's not, like, a dumb... Really, really dumb way to do this, okay? So, right now, I'm able, with this shit, to give us the quantity of... Okay, from this, I'm able to get this. So now how do I cut this so that I have this and this? And that I can then cook. Right? How do we split? Shit. Ah! There's no way it's that complicated. I'm asking for the most dumb thing. Oh, thank you. Oh! Give me the retard code. I love it. Can somebody find this guy so I can suck him off? Holy! Look at this! This is the most, like, TLDR shit ever. Alright. So, I've done the thing, right? That's the thing. It's so... It cannot be this easy. It's going to fail. Okay, so I've done the thing. So now I need to do the other thing. I'm following the tutorial here, okay? Okay. Okay, can I at least, like, print the two things separately? Let's print them a big back. Okay, so can I do this? Dot. What are the values inside of the field? Count. Okay, can I print count? And we'll see if it makes sense, okay? I think we're cooking. And the next one is ranges. But ranges shouldn't work because it's a pointer, right? Okay, okay. Let's go. Let's go, we're in. But in today's time, we can easily detect between... If it works for you. If it works for you. In all fairness, that might be a fair thing to say, okay? That might be a fair thing to say. Maybe we need to put in another file, okay? Oh, please, let me just copy something. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, I'm the dumb fuck here. Okay, maybe we're going to get this working. Maybe we're going to be able to link something with C-type. I'm not in the right source code. Alright. I'll survive, I swear. What am I doing? Oh no. Show me something with a bunch of if-def, please. Please. I need some if-defs. Chill with the defs. Okay, maybe, you know what? Let's cheat, okay? We're a bunch of little filthy cheaters. Boom, boom. Boom! Here we go. So now we're forcing things to not be read. Nigma, why are you ranting about things you don't work with? That's how Nigma is. Oh shit, you've triggered a boss battle. Can you hear the final boss music here? The da da. I feel like there's only one person that rants more than me, and it's Enigma, okay? Alright. Okay, there's something that doesn't work, right? The number here changes, but these don't get set. We need to find why fuck J doesn't work. Let's read the full thing. What the fuck does that even mean? Are we talking about something else? Brain? Okay, so we're just giving them an actual type. Okay. So... this? Right? That's the, that's a big brain, big dick idea. Oh, what did I do again? Oh, whoops. Yes, baking a nice, tasty cake is hard. Unable to bake that cake. Migma, you ain't baking that cake. Okay, it's clearly not working. How do I make this the lazy way and not use whatever C-type is supposed to use and just, like, cut through the bytes like a proper man? Oh, I'm so retarded. No! No, it's not put into the other thing! No! There's no way. Am I that dumb? Read data into some structure. Okay, so we put nothing in there. I'm so confused about his... About... what the fuck is this? Okay. I feel like I have so much missing context on how C-types work. Like, it's not just this, right? they all do it in the reverse order, no? Oh, fuck this. Oh, I agree with that last statement. And with that said, we're fucking off. It's enough for today. Alright. Love you guys. That was a fun stream. Tomorrow, while people are dying on the phone lines, I'll be learning how C-type actually works, and we will cook, okay? We will be cooking. Merry Christmas. Love you all. Enigma, you will learn to bake, okay? Or else I'll come to your house and murder your whole family. Merry Christmas! Okay. Love you, Migna, and blah blah. Love you, Nigma. Okay. All jokes. Have a Merry Christmas if it's still Christmas in your corner. Bye-bye.